Hello, welcome everyone. We have the 4-day discourse started today, and I would like to briefly introduce Swamiji so that everybody knows where he comes from. Swami Abhishek Chaitanya Giri, he is the head of the Jagat Guru Sannyas Ashram in Rishikesh. And he is respectably called Mahamandaleshwar, and he comes from Bombay, Maharashtra. He has a degree in psychology and behavioral sciences. When he was at the University of Bombay, he came under the influence of Puja Gurudev, Chinmayananji, and he was enrolled in Chinmaya Yoga Kendra at the time. Subsequently, he studied Vedanta under Swami Anubhavananda in Bombay, and later he was appointed to the residential school in Coimbatore. He was the Acharya for the renowned institute. After spending several years there, he wanted to do sadhana that took him to Vrindavan and Kashi and other places. Finally, he met Swami Ramananda of Sannyas Ashram in Rishikesh. And at that time, Guru was suffering from 3rd stage cancer. So he was impressed with Swamiji and appointed him as his successor. So in 2013, he was initiated into sannyasa and became the head of the ashram in Rishikesh. At the ashram, he oversees several spiritual activities. They are free Vedanta classes that he teaches every day. And also, he does selfless service. There are a lot of orphans they take care of. And he is passionate about Sanskrit language. He tries to promote the language. And he has special interest in yoga. He is part of Swarup Yoga Institute in Malaysia. He goes to several countries, almost Malaysia, Hong Kong, Philippines, France, and recently he was invited to the conference, interfaith conference at the Vatican. He participated in that. So he does travel very widely, but this is the first visit to United States, and I was chairman of the spiritual committee at the Telugu organization, and through the organization, I extended the invitation to him, and he was gracious enough to accept it and come here, and we are very fortunate to have him here. So with that brief introduction, and he is a dynamic, inspiring speaker of Vedanta, and with further ado, I request Swamiji to take over the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Boyareddy. We shall begin this evening's satsang with a prayer of invocation. Traditionally, we call it Mangalacharanam. Some of you may know, some of you may not know the shlokas that which are chanted over here as Mangalacharanam. Nevertheless, you could join me just with your eyes closed. Om Yo Brahmanam Vidadhati Purvam Yo Vai Vedanscha Prahinoti Tasmai Tam Hadevamatma Buddhi Prakasham Mumukshurvai Sharanamam Prapadye. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om सर्वोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि ॐ वेदान्तार्थविभासकाय गुरवे शान्ताय सन्न्यासिने नानावादिनगेन्द्रसङ्घपवये योगीन्द्रवन्द्याय च मोहध्वान्तदिवाकराय भगवत्पादाभिधां बिभ्रते तस्मै भाष्यकृते नमोऽस्तु सततं पूर्णाय बोधात्मने ॐ। There occurs a very beautiful incident in Mahabharata. Though the same events are recalled in Bhagavata Mahapurana, so some of you may have been listening to Bhagavata Saptaha, but the events and the description of those events and people in Mahabharata has got certain differences. So the scene that we are in is where the Brahmastra, the missile of Brahmastra, has been released by Ashwatthama with an intention of destroying even the last seed of the Pandavas, which is still unborn and happens to be in the womb of Uttara. Uttara is Abhimanyu's wife, and Abhimanyu has died in the war. She is a young bride. She did not want to live anymore. Keep the volume low, it's okay. And flat. Yeah. Mahadev. Am I audible to you at the back?
Yes.
This is good?
Yes.
Perfect. But Uttara was told that she has to continue because there was nobody who can carry the lineage of Pandavas. And therefore, the only one who could do was she, since she was carrying Abhimanyu's baby. And now, after the war had been won, Ashwatthama played a very foul game. He released the Brahmastra, saying that may the last bija, the seed of the Pandavas, be destroyed, be burnt. And it came and engulfed Uttara. Uttara gives birth to a stillborn baby. Here is the little difference between the Mahabharata description of this event and the Bhagavatam. So Mahabharata says that Uttara holds this stillborn baby and comes to Shri Krishna, who is along with the Pandavas still there on the battlefield. She comes with the baby and places on his feet and says, "What should I live for? My only hope was that I have a baby. I have a child, but now even that has been snatched away, and this war has made me widow, and now has made me even more miserable." She keeps the baby on his feet, and at that time, Shri Krishna announces and he says, if I have been in any way partial towards the Pandavas, and if in any way I have held more affection towards the Pandavas and have anchored any form of hatred for the Kauravas, may this baby not come to life. And at that moment, Parikshit, the baby at his feet, starts crying. The reason why I am bringing this to you is the topic of these 4 days discussion is strike the balance and win the battle. Here is the situation where the battle is fought but it is almost lost. What would that battle bring to Uttara, who loses her child, who has already lost her husband? And Shri Krishna talks about his equanimity. Shri Krishna talks about the balance that he has struck. And there comes Parikshit to life. We all are into some form of conflict. As long as we are living as individuals, we are going to have problems. It is something unavoidable. It is something that cannot be done with. The only person who cannot have any problems is someone who is dead. Even a pole has problems. A light pole has a problem. People take their dogs for walking outside, and then they have. Everybody has some form of problem. How can you say that there should not be any problem? Problems are bound to be there. And if you have challenges and if you have problems, it means that you are alive. If you are going to say that we should not have problems, we should not have any challenges, that means you are asking for a life which is not life at all. They are bound to be there. In fact, problems are the spice of your life. Don't say that we don't want to have problems. Let the problems come. And all that you have to learn is the way to meet those problems. All that one has to learn is how to meet those situations. And meet those situations with equanimity. Meet those situations without allowing those situations to snatch away your smile and the peace of your mind. I'm reminded of this incident of Rama's coronation. Is it very hot here? Or is it okay by you? It's hot?
Yeah, we adjusted it now.
It's okay.
It's he just adjusted it.
Okay.
It takes time.
Okay. Otherwise, I feel that I'm back again in India. So, yeah, Rishikesh and Delhi is extremely hot. Thank you so much. You ought to feel transported back to India. It takes time. By the time it cools down, the pravachan will be finished.
Let's hope for tomorrow.
All right.
Okay.
If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I will speak wiping my face every 2 minutes. What else? ठीक है. I'm reminded of Rama's coronation. It was sage Vasishtha who had decided the date for coronation. It was not somebody who was ordinary Jyotishi from a roadside. Look at that. It is Vasishtha himself who decides that muhurta. And when that comes, Kaikeyi throws a tantrum over there. And instead of being coronated, Rama is sent to the forest in exile. There is a very beautiful word describing Rama at that time. The word is Amlana Mukham Bhujashrihi. Mukha is the face. Ambuja, the lotus, the beautiful face of Rama, did not have its luster withered away. Amlana Mukham Bhujashri. The face remained lustrous, smiling, in spite of being told to go into the forest. There was no change. So whenever we have to meet whatever situations we may have to meet, the smile on your face should not fade away. The peace of your mind should not be destroyed, should not be compromised in any way. And that is when you start having this, then you have mastered the art of living. As long as this does not happen, we are going to say we are the victims of situation. We are going to say we are being tortured, tormented by the situations. We are going to say we are being used by the world. So you living in the world is going to be your victimization. It is going to be your journey of suffering. Instead of that, we have to make it a journey of joy. How to master this is what spirituality is. A lot of times we meet several people and they come up with these ideas of spirituality means having very strange experiences. Undergoing stranger experiences. It is not talking about strange experiences. It is talking about every experience that you undergo. Are you able to see the Lord or not? No matter what experience you are undergoing, are you able to witness? Are you able to see? Are you able to behold Parameshwara or not? If when this starts happening, then you have started living a spiritual life. And therefore, there is a need of knowing how to live. Everybody lives the life. Everybody undergoes various experiences of joys and sorrows. Whether you want it or you do not want it, you have to undergo. When you have to undergo, and even the saints and sages also undergo those turbulences, they also undergo various torments. Then what is the difference between you and them? They also undergo those problems. You are also undergoing certain problems. What makes the difference? The difference is the way they are able to look at it, the way they are able to deal with life. They emerge as masters of life. They emerge as winners over there, and they do not emerge, they do not sink as victims of life. a lot of times when we are going to say there is a battle of life and there is a battle of life, it appears as if we have to be somebody who is fighting, who is aggressive, who is full of anger. No, sir, this is not true. The battle of life is not actually a battle where you are standing with a sword. You don't have to be aggressive every time. It is a balance to be struck. And why we are talking about this balance is because balance means coming to the center, arriving at that point of which is a fulcrum of balance, a center. Moving away from this center is where a person becomes eccentric. Where we find that we are being tossed, where we find that our emotions, our thoughts, our mind is taken for a ride, and we are like a pendulum, going from one extreme to the other extreme. And such personalities are extremists. At one point, they are going to like the person so much, and after some time, that same person is going to dislike and reject the other person. At one time, you are going to feel so much appreciated, and if the same person does not give you little attention, you are going to go into a depression saying that I am being rejected. Here is where you keep on going to the extremes. It is not these extremes, you are going into those extremes because you are not there in the center. Something is getting missed. You are going away from something which is very essential. You are moving away, you are missing something. And coming to that center is what is the vision of spirituality. Externally, one can be very successful. One could be a person who is very mighty, very powerful, but all his power and all his display of power too sometimes is his inner weakness. It is his inner insecurity which makes him so aggressive, which makes him go to the extremes. And therefore, it is not necessarily that the person who is very, very successful externally is someone who is internally balanced. Because all his success, all his movement outside could be very well directed by his insecurity. The person is timid, he is afraid, and therefore he goes out. He wants an approval from the world outside that he is not afraid, that he is not scared, that he is very powerful. And in order to gather that approval, he does various things. He tries to gather attention of the other people. He tries to get as much appreciation from others. But somewhere or the other, this person is insecure. Deep within, he has rejected himself. And therefore, though he may be appreciated by people outside, yet he finds that he has rejected himself. he carries that sense of deep rejection within. This is a person that we find is somewhere there in each one of us. And the transformation of this person is essential. Why has this happened? And the answer is because you have been missing something very essential in life. You have been missing something very important. We came across some Mahatma, and he said that, come to me, I will give you spiritual experience. Come to me, I will give you a spiritual experience. We are saying that every experience of yours is spiritual and sufficiently spiritual. Kenopanishad Shruti says, Pratibodha viditam matam. Through every experience of yours, Parameshwara is revealed. Pratibodha viditam. Bodham bodham pratividitam. Every experience is sufficient, capable of revealing Parameshwara to you. Why this person has been missing, though every experience of yours is replete and capable of delivering what you want, is because one is really not aware of what he really wants. He does not know what he really is seeking. He keeps on seeking, he keeps on hunting, but he does not know what exactly and what really he is asking for. And that is why all his life is nothing but trial and error. You every time think that something is going to make you happy. Maybe what you have till now is not sufficient. Let me have something more. Let me have something different. And that may give me little happiness. So you keep on asking for, and keep on looking for it in different places. You keep on looking for it in different people. You keep on looking for it in different activities. You keep on looking for it in different preoccupations. And every time you are disappointed, you are going to blame the world. You are going to say, this world, this person, this job, this place was supposed to make me happy and it has not made me happy. And therefore you are going to be angry at the world. And all your anger is accumulated. And by the time you are 40, 45, 50, now this anger comes back to you. And then you say that we have a crisis. We have a crisis. You are going to say, my 50 years of life are already have gone. And I have nothing, I am still empty. What am I searching for? And thus your life is nothing but trial and error. And how long are you going to keep on doing this guesswork? Maybe this is what I want. Maybe that is what I want. Maybe that is what I want. And finally, if nothing works with you, you have theologies. You know, these theologians are going to tell you that not here. All that you are going to get is kept in the heaven. You don't know what you want, but all that you want is kept up in the heaven. And because it is kept up in the heaven, your question is then, when are we going to get it? And the answer is, after you die. So the way to the heaven is, say goodbye to the world first. Look at that. Where are all of them concentrated? Where are they all looking at? Some of them have gone so much farther that they say that even after you die, that is not sufficient for them. They're going to say you have to wait over there in the grave. And after many years, whenever that God wants, is going to descend and then tell you where to go. So your waiting period has not finished. And when does that waiting really finish for them? When the last person has died. So it appears as if for these theologians that this God is waiting for the last person to die. He's waiting for the whole life to finish, and then the God comes. So the God is waiting. This God is God of life or God of death, we do not know. No. This is totally unacceptable. What exactly are you looking for? When one does not know what he is looking for, he keeps on looking for it, knowing not what he is looking for. And that is what is the case. Each one of us, we are very sure this is what I want. By my 65 I want this. By my 70 I want this. And you are meticulously planning your every day. And even if this happens, our question is, so what? So what? Does that guarantee you what that you will get what you really are looking for? Will it give it to you what you are looking for? This person really does not have an answer. He says, I guess, I think it should. Which means it may not be a fact. Which means even this time, in spite of all his planning, he can be deceived. Which means in spite of him being so meticulous, he can be cheated. And how long are you going to do this? All of you have heard that story of Nachiketa. If not all, at least some. Have you heard?
Yes.
You're very beautiful. Kathopanishad begins with this incident. Nachiketa's father, Vajashravas, is doing a sacrifice in which the sacrifice is called as Vishwajita Yajna. He is supposed to give away all the possessions that he has. Everything that belongs to you has to be given away. Vajashravas. And in those days, cows were considered as your possessions. It was something like living on a ranch. But this happened in India, not in Texas. And that was way back in Vedic times. Nachiketa's father is giving away all the cows that he has. Nachiketa says, wonderful, he is just an 8-year-old boy. He is Kumar. He is not even a teenager. He is not even grown up. He finds that there is some cheating that my father is doing. When he says that I am going to give away all my cows, he has chosen the most dilapidated cows. The cows, it says that those cows who could not even drink water to keep themselves alive. Such cows are being given away. That is what happens. People send a lot of things to ashrams. Swamiji, the old clothes, our old sofa, because I don't want it. that what is useless has to be given away, not that what is useless to you should be given away. Shraddhayadeyam, Hriyadeyam, Bhiyadeyam. In the Taittiriya Upanishad, it comes that a grihastha should be one who is with open hearts and open hands. But how should this grihastha means a householder, how should he give? And this is an address given to the students who are leaving the Gurukulam. It is convocation. This is how the teacher advises them to live. He says, this is the way you are going to live your life. Give. Shriyadeyam, that what is beautiful, that what is good, give that. Not that what is useless, that what is breaking down, please reach it. Because nobody is ready to take it. That's why let us give it to the ashram. By the way, we may get some punya. Anyway, it has to be disposed away. This is a stale food nobody is going to eat. Okay, that's why we will give it to the cow. You can't do it here. I'm talking about back home. Hriyadeyam. He means lajja. That whatever I am giving is so small, will it be acceptable? Riya. When you give and there is a pride associated with it, it still cannot become dhanam. That's why we have a concept of dhanam, we don't have the concept of charity. Because charity means I am doing something because of which you will be obligated. It is your need. Over here, it is not the need of the person who receives it, it is the need of the person who gives it. I want to give you, please accept it. You are hungry, but the need is mine to give you food because I cannot see that. Please accept. Hriyadeyam, Bhiyadeyam. Nachiketa's father, Vajashravasa, is giving away those cows. And Nachiketa sees that this is not right. He says that he is giving away cows, but the cows that he is giving away as his possession are all old, useless cows, dying cows. It is cheating. And he questions his father, why are you doing this? When your cheating is caught, you don't like it. You always try to hide those things and show those things which will be appreciated. A lot of times, have you noticed that? Everybody dreams, but only those dreams you will make public. Shankarji came to my dream. Shankarji came to your dream. What about other nights? Hey, don't talk. What about other dreams? You want to disclose and you want to make that big. This is cheating. Not allowed. How long are you going to cheat yourself? How long are you going to just play this game of throwing the darts in the dark? Every time you are going to say, maybe this is what I want, and when you get it, you are disappointed. I'm reminded of this very funny thing. One person goes to a mental hospital, and over there he finds in a ward one inmate, a patient, who is saying, Laila, Laila, Laila. What happened? Why is he saying Laila, Laila? So the doctors or the attendants over there tell, there was this girl Laila and he was in love with her and she didn't marry him. So of course after that he has to reach this place. So and since then he is doing that Akhanda Nama Sankirtan. Laila, 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 japa. This is wonderful. This is called love. He goes to another ward and over there another person is doing Laila, Laila. What happened? This Laila seems to be very popular here. He says, the same Laila did not marry, the other person married this fellow. And both of them have landed here. So the person who does not get or achieve is disappointed. And even the person who gets is also disappointed. So what to do? What exactly is it that you want? What are you looking for? What is it that you are searching for? One has to know that. If you have known, when you start asking this question, you are slowly moving towards the center. When you start becoming aware of what your real need is, you are moving to the center. A lot of people are expecting that I am going to give you some exercises to bring a balance of mind. Do Shirshasana, 23.5 hours, and you will be balanced. And then what should you do for the rest of the half an hour? Come down from Shirshasana, asking for exercises, asking for tricks, asking for gimmicks. Which means once again you already have decided that this is what I want. Because all that you have wanted so far has not delivered what you really wanted. And yet you are saying that I want and this is what I should be delivered. You are not open. You have not really seen where all your actions and activities have really taken you. Arjuna is most accomplished person. You are not going to find anybody as accomplished as Arjuna. Arjuna has even fought a duel with Bhagwan Shiva, if you all remember. And that is how he is blessed with that Pashupata Astra. He is so valiant. As a warrior, you are not going to find an parallel, an equal to Arjuna in the whole of history. And yet, Arjuna, who is so accomplished, comes to the battlefield of Kurukshetra and breaks down over there. A person who is morally strong, a person who is most accomplished, a person who is most skilled, the person who is almost worshipped, admired, looked upon by people, and that person comes and he too breaks down. Please understand, what is it that you are looking for? Your external victories are not real victories. Appreciation and approval by people is not real approval. Because when you are going to say that when people appreciate, because people approve of me, I have to be great, I have to be someone who's made some achievements, then you are going to be wrong. Because the same people who appreciate and approve you are going to reject you and disapprove. And that's why you will always live under the fear that they should not reject me. They should not disapprove, and therefore you keep on pleading and keep on pleasing and keep on pleasing, and this never happens. You cannot please anyone because that person is displeased in himself. How are you going to please him? They say that pleasing anybody is the most difficult job. It is difficult because that person, he himself is displeased with himself. No matter what you do, how are you going to please him? It cannot happen. The question over here is, what is it that you are looking for? What is it that you are asking for? When this question becomes your real question, when this question becomes your question, then your spiritual quest has begun. Then you have started waking up. Then you have started moving closer to the center. Till then you will be floating only on the surface. And as long as you are going to live on the surface, you will be tossed by waves. You will be kicked from right to left, left to right. You are going to feel that you are being used by the world. You are going to feel that you are being victimized by the people. And then all that you have is to say that I am not happy. Sir, what is it that you are looking for? Do you remember as I came in, I was greeted with that Purna Kumbha. The mantra which is chanted for Purna Kumbha is Na karmana na prajaya dhane na tyage na eke amritatvamānashu parena nakam nihitam guhayam vibhrajate tadyatayo vishanti. It means na karmana na prajaya. Sir, what is it that you are looking for? If we have to simply put it in few words, you are looking for nothing else but only for happiness. You are not truly looking for money. You are not truly looking for any pleasures. You are not looking for any fame and praise and appreciation. What you are looking for is only to be happy. When you say that I want praise, I want appreciation, you are saying, I will be happy only when I am appreciated. I will be happy only when I have certain things. And here is the foolishness. You have decided it for yourself that you are not going to be happy. You have decided for yourself that you are not going to be happy. It is not somebody else who is doing it for you. Who is putting this condition that I won't be happy? Nobody is saying that you should not make any achievements in the world outside. But you are saying that I will not be happy unless and until I get something. You getting something or not getting something is not the question. You can get that, but why do you have to be unhappy for getting it? You have put a condition that I am not going to be happy. When you say so, it is not your condition for happiness. It is your condition for being unhappy. Look at that. Now here, when you have found this is what your problem is, now comes how to get out of this. You already are into it, like Abhimanyu, who is into Chakravyuha, into that wheel formation. Abhimanyu knows how to enter it, but Abhimanyu does not know how to get out of it. Abhimanyu is skilled in that. Each one of us is an Abhimanyu. We have already gotten into it, but we don't know how to get out. Then some of you can say, I don't know why my father got me married to him. What did he see in me? My mother said no. But still my father insisted okay. And that's why, she says, that's why I feel women are more intelligent. You got into it, how are you going to get out of it? Now this is the problem. This problem is not going to get solved with certain tricks and gimmicks. Even if you go to temples and even if you go to Vaikuntha Lok itself, this is not going to get solved. There are these people who are going to tell you that your problem will be solved only when you go to Samadhi. No, sir, how to go to Samadhi? You have another problem. This is another problem. I already had problems, now a new problem is landed on me. How to go to Samadhi? You know, to go to Samadhi, you'll have to go to Rishikesh. And in Rishikesh, are there mosquitoes? Big ones. We have trained them well. And those mosquitoes are also, let us have some imported blood. Where are you going to go? But these theologians are very cunning. And I'm saying they're cunning because they know how to keep you preoccupied. They know how to exploit your desperateness. They're going to tell you, go to Vaikuntha, go to some heaven. Father in the heaven is waiting for you. Our question is, even if you reach heaven, are you sure you are going to be free of problems? You are going to be free of insecurity? You are going to be free of jealousy? That jealousy already is created, and the jealousy is who is going to sit next to the God for dinner. I don't know why all the time they are sitting at the dinner table. The God all the time is having wine and eating food. And some angels and cherubs are singing songs. How long this will go? After some time you will be bored because the same wine, same songs, and same God on the right side, left side. The problems will continue. You are going to be bored. You are going to be jealous. You are going to feel insecure. What if this God rejects me? So there is insecurity, there is boredom, there is jealousy, there is this smallness, everything over there, and yet these people keep on telling you go to heaven, all the problems will end. It's like telling the Indians, come to America, your problems will end. I'm going to ask you people. Your Indian problems are finished. American problems begin. Different problems. You may not have the problem of having the same wife over here and the same mother-in-law. But now you have a different problem up in the heaven. What if God disapproves of me? Going to the heaven is also not a solution. Please, what is going to set me free? And that is where Vedanta comes to the picture. Into the picture. And Vedanta over here says that what you are looking for is simply just this happiness. And that happiness, which is not limited by any condition. Happiness which is not limited by any condition. The condition of time, the condition of space, the condition of certain circumstances. In different words, what you are looking for is that what is anantam. That what is not limited by any condition. That what is limitless is what you are seeking. That what is limitless in our language is called as Brahma. Brahatvad Brahma, Parameshvara. And therefore, whether you know or you do not know, each one of you is essentially seeking Parmeshwara and nothing else. Under the guise of you seeking money, under the guise of you seeking a stable relationship, under the guise of you seeking some popularity, actually what each one of us is desperately seeking is seeking Parmeshwara. The moment you start having this discrimination, there will be a vital change, a transformation that will take place. Because now you will not be a shallow person, because you are aware of what you really want. Now you cannot be easily cheated. Now you cannot be easily kicked. Now you cannot become a doormat for the world to wipe its feet. This is the first step where you have admitted that what is it that I am truly seeking. Where you have discriminated and understood what you really want. All these 4 days, we are going to dwell upon this topic. That what you really want is already there with you. And that is what you are. The center, the balance is already struck. Only thing is that you do not know. Not knowing this, your whole psychology has become topsy-turvy. Your entire personality has become a personality of a victim, has become imbalanced. This imbalance is not to be gained through some methods. It cannot be gained because you already are standing on the fulcrum of that balance. You are already in the center. You are the center. The clarity with which you start understanding it, you are arriving at the center. And therefore, all that I am saying is, what one requires is clarity of understanding. You don't have to get anything. All that you require is clarity of understanding. The problem of dukkham is problem of not understanding. The problem of dukkham is not a problem that your husband or wife has created. The problem of dukkham is not a problem that God has created. The problem of dukkham is in no way that the world has gifted you. When you start understanding it clearly, now you cannot blame the world. And when you are not going to blame the world, you have become free from the world. You have become free from the world. You almost every day are saying that I want to be free from someone, something, someplace, some situation. Which means in different words you are saying that I want to be free from this world, I want to be free from this world. And I am saying that you already are. You have imagined that the world is keeping you bound. There is an incident. I think we are running over time.
We started 10 minutes late anyway, so we can continue. Is that okay with everybody?
I will just tell you this incident and then we can meet again tomorrow evening. There was one saint, Tukaram, if you have heard his name. And he was a householder, but he would talk to the people, sing the glories of God. So he was known as a sage. Somebody came to him and said that, "Sir, I have walked long distance. I have come from 100 miles away, walking only to see you. I have one question. And my question is, how can I be free from this world? How can I be free from samsara?" Tukaram Maharaj said, "Wait, I will give you the answer, but little later." The kirtan took place, the discourse took place. There was singing, dancing, and discussing the glories of God. Late night, and a person came to Tukaram and said, "You still haven't answered my question, how to be free from this world." Tukaram said, "Hold my veena," that tambura that on which he used to sing. Okay. He goes and hugs a tree. And he starts crying, "Somebody come and please make me free. The tree is holding me tight. The tree is holding me tight." I said, "I thought you were a wise man. But I find that you are doing the most foolish thing. You are holding the tree and you are saying that somebody please come and make me free. You already are free." Tukaram says, "That's the answer. You already are free." The way you keep yourself enslaved to the world is only by these two ways. One is when you say that the world is supposed to make me happy, and another when you start blaming the world that the world did not make me happy. And both of these are immature ways of relating yourself to the world. Both of these are ignorant ways of relating yourself to the world. You will be free because you already are free. Hence I am saying that the problem of dukkham is not the problem that the world has delivered to you. World has not created dukkham for you. You can be in this world and there can be situations, but those situations are not situations which are creating dukkham. The problem is the problem of not understanding. Not understanding means, A, either you don't know or you refuse to understand. If you do not know, then it is the responsibility of the teacher to make you understand. But if you refuse to understand, then it is your responsibility to make yourself understand. And therefore, as much as there is Guru Kripa, we recognize that there is Atma Kripa too. Both are required. If you do not know, go to the teacher. But in spite of knowing, you refuse to understand. Going to the teacher, you talk about everything else. You know, how to make bhel. Please tell me, what is your weight? And even if you knew what was the teacher's weight, how does it matter? How does that solve your problem? You should know what question to ask. And even if the teacher explains Tattvamasi, this fellow, hey, that's not nice, you know. Will you please tell us some other stories? Why aren't you telling us some jokes of husband and wife? Or that Saas Bahu jokes. When you don't know, then it is the teacher's responsibility. And if you refuse to understand, then it is your responsibility. There is Guru Kripa and there is also Atma Kripa involved over here. All that you have to know is you already have arrived. All that you have to see is that you already are in the center. Not knowing this, your mind is out of balance. Not knowing this, there is so much of dukkha. Not knowing this, there is eccentricity. Therefore, all that is required is only jnanam. And that is what the teacher is, to give the knowledge. Guru means the one who gives knowledge. Guru is not someone who entertains you. Guru is not somebody who is going to do some magic. Guru means someone who gives you the knowledge. That knowledge which sets you free from dukkha. So friends, there is this, your quest of knowledge, of knowing what that center is, of knowing what that balance is, of knowing what is that what you really are seeking. That is where Vedanta brings you. Vedanta sets itself apart from rest of the theories and theologies. We will see more of it when we meet tomorrow evening. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you all.